Please welcome co-founder of HealthCore, Dr. Mehmet Siaz, and president of the Los Angeles Lakers, Jeanie Buss.
Thank you. I'm Mehmet Oz. I'm the chairman of a nonprofit called healthcore.org, which if you just do nothing else but write that name down, check it out later, you'll be intrigued because we're going to talk about what it can do for you. Jeanie Buss is the head of the Lakers. We're going to talk a little bit about an idea that you've actually been touching on a little bit already this morning. Frankly, every single session today at its very core could have mentioned the problems with education, not only in those individual countries, but also in our nation. So that survey question you have, I'll come back to in a moment. But I want to highlight the reality that most of you, I suspect all of you can rarely use that word all, don't really think you can change the educational system in this country. You're taxed for it. Your money is sent off. It contributes in different ways. Maybe you support a charter school, religious school, but most of us don't think we can play a role meaningfully changing the education in America. I'm here to tell you with Jeanie, and we have a surprise guest coming as well, that's not true. There are profoundly simple ways we can make an impact, and one of them we will present to you in an organized way. 1/3 of all children born in the year 2000 in this country will be obese. If you're an African-American little black boy or girl, it's 40% chance. If you're Latino, it's a 50% chance you'll be a diabetic in your lifetime. Put some numbers on that. That's $19,000 extra per kid if you're in 10th grade right now. I'd rather if you're a 10-year-old. And these are billions of dollars. In fact, we're leveraging our future against the costs of these issues. And it's not just even about what you're learning in school in science and math and language. It's very profoundly speaking to the fact that you're mortgaging your health. And many of these facts I can throw at you in many different ways, but 1/4 of the kids now who are submitting themselves for the military are rejected because of physical issues, because 1/4 of the kids already in elementary, middle school are overweight. New York City's data, this city where we started HealthCore, although it's a nationwide program, half the kids have health issues that are substantial. So we need a change, and a meaningful change. And the question is, how do you bring the private sector, how do you bring large organizations to bear? One of the reasons Jeanie is here is because the NBA is making a big commitment to this year. What is HealthCore? I mentioned the word. HealthCore is just like the Peace Corps. You take those same college grads, energetic, bushy-eyed buddies that want to go out there and change the world, but instead of teaching them how to be engineers, teach them how to teach, and how to teach health in particular. And then you take them in these high schools around the country, and they not just play a role in teaching in the classroom, but more importantly, like big brothers and big sisters. They play a gargantuan role having the big conversations, the ones in the back of the room, where actual information is transferred. Things ranging from the role of certain foods in your life, to how do you perform better in school, to the bigger themes that hold so many kids back. And these instructions come from credible sources. Kids that are culturally like you, who are only 4 years older than you, and they're cool because they got through college, and they're a little older than you, so you get to have a conversation that otherwise wouldn't happen. Then you take those high school kids and you turn them into activists. You literally put them out in the communities. In New York City, we went to bodegas, and we went into those stores for a very specific purpose. Stock whole grains, and our parents will buy them. Bring us fresh produce, we'll get our communities to buy them. And it changed the communities. What HealthCore needs more than anything else is a cool factor, something that makes you sort of want to be part of it. So what's cooler than the NBA, than pro sports leagues? They've always been able to do it. That video you saw at the top were kids commenting on the NBA alliance that we have formed. It's thriving in California where we have schools. Coordinators are able to quickly relate to these players. But I got to say something to you. When teachers and kids and parents, because most of the parents and the kids go to these NBA events, they don't walk away with a new appreciation of how spectacular the physiques of these athletes are. They actually walk away with a deep understanding of how these players are eating, and more importantly, how they've dealt with life. How they've been able to, as all you have learned in different ways, cope with the stresses of life to be able to engage them. Jeanie Buss has been a pioneer in this arena.
The community has been very important to us. We like to think that we're champions on the court and off the court. We've dedicated many different programs to the youth and underserved families of our community through Read to Achieve, Junior Lakers, Season of Giving. But what is so exciting about this program and what made us sit up in our chair when we heard about it is that, you know, we have so many resources that we use for our community effort through donated tickets and signed memorabilia, grants. But this opportunity was we could use our resources and have a more profound effect, because now we've partnered with the experts in the healthcare field, in knowing a program that actually can make a difference. So we've seen amazing results in just a year, and it's exciting for us because we dedicate these resources and we want the best use out of them. And certainly the players like Kobe Bryant, who can go in and you know, get kids to listen to the message, and the message is so good. It isn't just a new program every single year, let's try something different. This is showing results and we're committed to it.
So I promise you a surprise. I wanted to think of a big personality, but also a big person. Someone that I could bring out here as we take this huge partnership from California to the East Coast. You know, the NBA All-Star Game is going to be in New York this year. And as part of that, we have this large initiative that we wanted someone who spearheads these efforts to come speak to us about. So if I could invite a gentleman who has blocked more shots in the NBA than any other person that I'm aware of, maybe one person competitive with him. He won the blocking championship 4 times. Dikembe Mutombo. Come on out, Dikembe. Dikembe, I want to allow you to make the big announcement. We're making it here at Concordia. We're making it here for a reason. We trust you. We think you're the people who are the change agents, the change makers. I already tempted you a little bit by letting you know that you can play a role in changing education in this country, in fact, around the world. Make the big announcement.
Our big announcement that during the NBA All-Star in February here in New York City, the NBA with its players, with a partnership with Dr. Oz, are going to team up all over the New York City, and especially in the 15th school, to recruit more than, to reach out more than 500,000 kids, to educate them mostly about health and education and about NBA fitness with Dr. Oz, a program which he announced already, Health Core. And I think it's going to be amazing. And we're going to be all over around in New York. And everything is going to be happening in February. So we're so excited about it.
We'll be sending out tweets, dozens of them, from NBA players, motivational messages, but personal messages as well, which the NBA, God bless them, they've been, is the NBA team here? Put your hands up. They're just superstars. They're all in the back there, all the tall people. But they have been wonderful about this. How is it going to affect kids, you think, if they get these messages from you, Kobe, many others, about how your lives have been changed, not just by your 7'2¼ height, but the way your mind evolved with the leadership you got?
As you stated already on that, to be an NBA player is not just your height. It's more, it takes a lot of development for you to get to the point where we are today, especially about your physical health, your eating behavior that Dr. Oz have been talking about, your mentor, your spirit. Those are the things that we are trying to teach most of the parents, not just because your child is tall. You think that your child has an ability to get to the NBA. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of motivation, a lot of things that to follow for you to be successful.
I would love to invite up some of my leadership of Health Core. Last question, and when our time is up. This finger wagging stuff, I don't know how many of you saw this, but this is his telltale sign. So explain where this came from as you blocked shots.
When I came to the NBA, I always felt that I was doing so many things on the court, especially blocking people's shot. And but they was not getting the message every time I was blocking the shot because they would still keep coming, challenging me. And I told myself that maybe if I give them a signal, they will understand. It's time to stop. And And I went and started saying, not to my house, not today.
So let's all do this together. How about we're gonna do all together? You guys do it back to us. Yeah, no more bad schools.
Right.
No more bad schools.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
Thank you all.